For the regular scheduled meeting for the City of Decatur Planning Commission, I'd like to call us to order. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Lawrence,
Here.
Commissioner Borden,
Here. We're getting a feedback somewhere. You got it? Okay. Oh, hold on just a minute. We're getting a feedback. He's solving that. Must be resolved because it's not doing it anymore. Okay, go ahead and call the roll, please.
Commissioner Tate, or Commissioner Borden, sorry.
Here.
Commissioner Tate.
Here.
Commissioner Pepper. Commissioner Wynn.
Here.
Commissioner Temple. Commissioner Burrows.
Here.
Commissioner Culpepper.
Here.
Commissioner Pike.
Here. Okay, we do have a quorum. I'd like to take a moment to introduce the Planning Commission members and give a brief description of what we do and how this meeting is conducted. The Commission has 9 members. 8 of us are volunteers appointed by the mayor for a 6-year term. We also have 1 member from the City Council. My name is Kent Lawrence. I serve as the chair. Mr. Gary Borden is our vice chair. Dan Culpepper is the secretary. The other members are Francis Tate, Myrna Burris, Joseph Wynn, Eddie Pike, Forrest Temple, and the council member is Hunter Pepper. Members of the public seeking to get an item considered by the Planning Commission must send an application to the Planning Department not less than 21 days prior to this meeting. Unless otherwise specified, all applications for development approvals are the result of submittals by a private citizen seeking some change in their own property. In making our decisions, a primary tool used by the Planning Commission is the One Decatur Comprehensive Plan. This is a general community plan for the City of Decatur and was adopted through a public process to formalize a vision for the future of our community that represents the interest and will of the citizens of Decatur. In many of these cases, the Planning Commission does not have the final say-so. Zoning, annexations, vacations, sidewalk cafe license, and resolutions all require additional approval by the City Council before they become official. In these cases, the role of the Planning Commission is to advise the City Council. The first part of today's meeting is a public hearing. Each item will be read separately and voted on after comments and discussion. If you wish to comment on an item, we ask that you come forward to the microphone, state your name and address, then make your comments. We ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. If you're watching online, you can email us at planning@decatur-al.gov. Please include your name and address, the case name or number. Please limit your comments to 850 words or less. Your email will be read with the case it is addressing. Today's public hearing will have these types of requests. We have a minor plat. These are plats that have more than 3 lots, direct access to public service, and a topo provided for review. Have no more than 3 lots, And then rezoning, this is a change to the current zoning of a property to a different zoning. If an applicant wishes to go onto the City Council without the recommendation from the Planning Commission, they should notify the Planning Department via email or in writing tomorrow. Okay, please read the first case. I'm sorry, let me back up. Before we start the first case, I move that the items on the agenda today are essential and minimal to the continuing function of our community and recommended by the Technical Review Committee. Do I have a second to that motion?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Borden. Please call the roll.
All right. Commissioner Lawrence.
Yes.
Commissioner Borden.
Yes.
Commissioner Tate.
Here.
Commissioner Pepper. Commissioner Wynn.
Yes.
Commissioner Temple. Commissioner Burrows,
Yes.
Commissioner Culpepper,
Yes.
Commissioner Pike,
Yes.
Okay. Now please read the first case.
All right. First case is rezoning 1371-21. It's approximately 28 acres. It's currently zoned Ag 1. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Adam Davidson. It's located at 3105 Upper River Road and 3411 Deer Road. The request is to change approximately 28 acres from agricultural 1 zoning to R6 single-family semi-attached residential zoning. The new zone will be R6. Proposed land use, single-family semi-attached residential. 1 Decatur future land use, mixed neighborhood. The 1 Decatur street typology, Deer Road is a local street, Upper River Road is a minor arterial. There are no conditions to be met. The point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
Okay, and like I mentioned earlier, if you're watching online and would like to make a comment, if you'd email something to us now. Is there anyone here that would like to speak? Yes, sir, if you'll come forward, please. And I'll remind you to state your name and address.
Yeah, Robert Cooey, 3318 Indian Hills Road, Decatur, across from Publix. That's a good way to say it anyhow. Everybody knows where that's at. The only thing obviously, we know it's out there, they're trying to rezone. This is the third item. This is by far better. In the past, they've tried to put businesses in on the adjoining our property, in the Coopers and mine and every place. Businesses, but all the homes, what I'd just like to say is all the homes there are acre or more lots, that we've got. And we are concerned. I got kids. My land's the one that joins theirs. Back there, a little bit of Dr. Moss's joins there. But I've got kids. I got late in life. People laugh at me. I'm 64. I got 2 kids, a 15 and a 10-year-old. So, I started everything late, even getting through school. So, but, and I get laughed at a lot. But the skinny is, this is by far better. With every home there being an individual home, we would prefer, obviously, that this, I don't have a problem with people having a place to live, and I like this much better, but I do have, what we'd really like, instead of a semi-attached district, would be single homes. We're all 1 acre, 1 acre or greater. I got about 5, Dr. Moss has got more, all the houses there are 1 acre or more. And we're really just concerned about, with not knowing more about what this, the semi-attached district, it's kind of like, to me, that sounds like townhomes. I may be wrong, and you can have some that's nice, and you can have some, but, we've invested a lot into our homes. I'm 64, I'm close to retirement, and everybody there is either retirement age or close to retirement age, and we've got a lot of money invested. I put groundwork in, put trees up and everything, and we're just concerned because like there on Indian Hills Road, right there on Indian Hills Road where Publix was at, we were told that they were actually going to put enough footage up, coverage up, natural coverage, where it would kind of block that. That ain't happened yet. There's some trees there, but it don't, and we're really concerned. I got kids growing up, and I would much prefer to have single homes there. Not that I'm against anything being there, just prefer that. And I don't know if y'all would consider that or not, but I'm not a good speaker, and I'm an engineer, so I don't speak. I try not to. But anyhow, I sure wish y'all would consider the families that's there, because all of us are retired. We don't have any more money to just move somewhere else, and really wish y'all appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anybody else wish to speak? And I think we may have a couple of emails.
You do.
Okay, if you would read those, please.
Alrighty, thanks for bearing with me. Okay, the first one is from Frank and Johnny Vincent. My name is Johnny Vincent, and my husband Frank and I reside at 3113 Upper River Road. First of all, I am not delusional. I really don't think that anything I have to say will affect the outcome of the rezoning of the property behind our home, since the land was purchased for the intent to build another subdivision. When Frank and I moved to our home in 1992, it was a special area. He and I were less than 15 minutes away from our workplaces, less than 5 minutes from the interstate, close to shopping, church, and school for our granddaughter, but we could come home to the tranquility of a country setting. He and I are both retired now and spend most of our time at home. A lot has changed in the area since then, but this is still a peaceful setting in spite of the increased traffic on Upper River Road. Special places like this should be on the endangered list and are heading toward extinction. Whatever wildlife live in the pasture behind our home would agree. I wish I could search the property and find a plant or insect or anything that is endangered that would stop development, but I can't. I wouldn't recognize it if I saw it. Like I said, I don't expect the outcome to change, but I wanted you to know how sad some of us are to be losing the special quality of this area that we have so grown to love. Thanks. Okay, the next one is from Kim Hallmark, Realtor. I'm speaking in full support of the rezoning of the Dumas 28 acres to R6. Decatur is, and will be for some time, playing catch-up with our residential development. The perfect storm of North Alabama economic growth, little to no significant residential development during the entire 30 years I've lived here, and the current historically low interest rates has created our current inventory crisis. We currently have less than 50 homes on the market in Decatur, crisis level because our 5-year average is 400 with an exclamation point. Average, but certainly not typical. Please make progressive decisions that will work to improve our residential offerings. Morgan County Realtors work hard to attract and keep families and all home buyers on the side of the river. Help us do that.
Let me interrupt just a minute.
Yes, sir.
Everybody online, can y'all hear Matthew okay? Anybody having a problem? Okay.
Okay. All right. The next one is from Miracle Osborne. She says, greetings. I would like to share my support and excitement towards the rezoning of sections of Upper River Road and Deer Road to make way for the development of quality residential housing to sustain our growing community and increase the housing inventory within our city, which will continue to help us accomplish our One Decatur plans and drive good and much needed growth within our community. This housing will be key to attracting families and young professionals, which will assist our city in supporting the increasing job market that we are unable to fill with our current population. I look forward to seeing this rezoning request pass on the agenda. Thank you for all that you do. Okay, the next is from Crystal Brown. Good afternoon, Commissioners. We are fortunate to live in North Alabama region, specifically Decatur-Morgan County, where economic growth opportunities are abounding. New area industries and installations, as well as multi-million-dollar expansions, coupled with a low cost of living and an amazing quality of life, have attracted the attention of quality residential developers. The goal of the Chamber's Residential Development Task Team is to attract new residents and retain existing ones by offering diverse and well-planned development options. The rezoning of the approximate 28 acres located at Upper River Road and Deer Roads for proposed residential development will make possible another much-needed choice for those that desire to live in Decatur, but have found few options before choosing neighboring communities. Access to shopping, the interstate, and other amenities also make this very desirable location. We respectfully request your approval of this rezoning request and thank you for your leadership. All right, the next one, excuse me, is from Penny Townsend. Good morning. I'd like to voice my support for the proposed rezoning of the agricultural zones on Upper River Road to residential. The planned development for this location is crucial for Decatur's growth. Every day we urge people to move to our community, and every day we hear that there is nowhere for them to buy. This development is key in opening up residential options for new residents. Please support this rezoning effort in order to support Decatur's future. And then the last one is from Jamie Reeves. Good afternoon, all. As it is well known to you, we are in a major housing shortage in much of the country, but Decatur is being hit hard. We are seeing multiple offer scenarios and frustrated purchasers more times than we would like. It is imperative to the growth of our city that we continue to be aggressive in the planning phases of development. We appreciate all the hard work you all have put in utilizing properties that can be annexed into the city limits or rezoned. I understand that the rezoning of Upper River Road / Deer Road will change approximately 28 acres at the intersection from AG1 agricultural zoning to R6 single-family semi-attached residential zoning, which will be another win in residential development for our area. I support this zoning change and look forward to seeing even more construction in our area. Again, many thanks for all you do. And that is all. And there is no one who sent any comment.
Anyone else that would wish to speak to this request? If not, do I have a motion to recommend this to the council?
Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Second.
All right, motion by Mr. Pike, second by Mr. Borden. Any comments or questions from anyone on the commission? Okay, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lawrence,
Yes.
Commissioner Borden,
Yes.
Commissioner Tate, Commissioner Pepper, Commissioner Wynn,
Yes.
Commissioner Temple,
Yes.
Commissioner Burrows,
Yes.
Commissioner Culpepper,
Yes.
Commissioner Pike,
Yes.
Okay, unanimously, the commission has voted to recommend this to the council. We move to the next case, please.
All right, the next one is Lee Taylor subdivision, minor plat. It's 31.94 acres, currently in the planning jurisdiction. The applicant is James E. Alexander Land Surveying. The location is south of Gordon Terry Parkway, east of Cockrell Avenue, north of Miller Street Southwest, and west of Pine Avenue Southwest. The request is minor plat approval to create 3 lots out of what was previously platted as the People Street and Railway Company addition to Decatur, which was never developed. Proposed land use is commercial. 1 Decatur future land use, community commercial, and residential low density. The 1 Decatur street typology. Gordon Terry Parkway is a principal arterial. Miller Street Southwest, Pine Avenue Southwest, and Cockrell Avenue are local streets. Under comments, this area was platted out in a series of streets, lots, and blocks in 1892 as the People Street and Railway Company, addition to Decatur. However, this area was never developed as such. The applicant has been pursuing vacations from the county for many years with the goal of being able to consolidate this area into a few large developable tracts. There's 4 conditions to be met. 1, need property description. Also, only 1 owner block shown, but there appear to be multiple owners. 2, dates need to be corrected from 2021 to 2021 from 2020. 3, put a meets and bounds boundary around the area. And the 4th, 40-foot easement, 20 feet on either side of the center line on Lot 3, power line that comes from the northeast corner of Gordon Terry Parkway and Cockrell Avenue. Under points of information, any relocation utilities will be at the owner's expense. Make the buildings on the plat more transparent, and owner dedication and survey dedication block don't match what we normally see.
Okay, is there anyone from the public that wish to speak to this request? Yes, ma'am, if you,
My name is Joy, this one,
okay.
and it's something about a lot of that, I understand all that stuff, and I don't know right away to my problem.
Okay. Well, the right-of-way, the right-of-way that they're referring to is on this property. It's not, wouldn't be on yours.
And I live on Miller Street, and Cockrell is my family's last name, so all that little area is belongs to the family, you know, that's where the names come from. I live on Miller Street.
Okay. But this wouldn't be any of your property.
That's right.
This is just property that adjoins your property, so it doesn't have anything to do with your property.
I just saw the right of way, that's what I was thinking.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. But
Yes.
it wouldn't have anything to do with your property. This is just speaking of this other piece of property that they're presenting here.
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay, if not, do we have a motion to recommend approval to the city council?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion, do I have a second? A motion by Mr. Borden, second by Ms. Tate. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Lawrence,
Yes.
Commissioner Borden,
Yes.
Commissioner Tate,
Yes.
Commissioner Pepper, Commissioner Wynn,
Yes.
Commissioner Temple, Commissioner Burrows,
Yes.
Commissioner Culpepper,
Yes.
Commissioner Pike,
Yes.
Okay, it's a unanimous vote by the planning commission to recommend this to the city council. That ends the public hearing portion of the meeting, and now we move into the consent agenda. This is the part of the agenda that the planning commission has the final decision and does not require a public hearing. These items are read together and voted on as a group. Today, we have these type requests. We have a layout plat, gives a general idea of the lot layout for a subdivision. Certificates to subdivide. This is a one-step process to subdivide no more than 3 lots or to consolidate lots. A survey is required. And then site plans. These are proposed developments on a collector street or above. Plans show building placement, parking, circulation, landscaping, etc. If you wish to comment on a consent agenda item, you may do so after all the items have been read. Okay? If you
Okay.
read the first case, please.
First one up, McGee Square Townhomes. It's a layout plat review. It's .61 acres, currently zoned B5. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Armistead Arnold Pollard Real Estate. The location is 8 to 17 Walnut Street Northeast, south of Vine Street Northeast. The request is to approve layout plat. New zone has been B5. Proposed land use, residential townhomes. One Decatur future land use, urban core downtown / core neighborhood. One Decatur street typology, Walnut and Vine Street Northeast are local streets. Under conditions to be met, we have 3 conditions. 1, meet all conditions of layout phase. 2, provide preliminary plat application fees and adjacent property owner notification fees. 3, proposed dumpster enclosure is shown on Morgan County property as well as City of Decatur Alley right-of-way in the site plan. This needs to be addressed. Under the points of information, 1, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. Be aware that B5 zoning does not require parking. However, the parking lot dimensions are smaller than what is recommended. Small piece of the property has been rezoned already. Owner took building plans to Historic Preservation Committee. Architectural plans have been approved. Any change would need to be revisited by the committee. And the last one, need to relocate some power poles. The dumpster pad may need to be moved because it will be right on top of the sewer main. Okay. We'll go on to the certificates. This is certificate 3526-21. It's 16.57 acres. It's currently zoned agricultural 1. The applicant is Blaine Morrell from Marlin Waters. It's located at 1700 Woodall Road Southwest. The request is subdivide one tract of 16.57 acres into 3 tracts of 14.21, 1.32, and 1.04 acres. The smaller 2 will be consolidated with other properties in Certificate 3527-21. Proposed land use is residential. One Decatur future land use, residential low density. One Decatur street typology, Woodall Road Southwest is a minor arterial. There's 4 conditions to be met. First, recording fees and signed sealed survey with 3 state plan coordinates. 2, copy of deed. 3, approval of certificate 3527-21. This will prevent the creation of landlocked lots. And the last, need to see right-of-way for all roads. One point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. Certificate 3527-21, it's 3.01 acres, currently zoned Ag 1 and R2. The applicant is Blaine Morrell for Marlin Waters. It's located at 1939 and 1923 Red Sunset Drive Southwest. The requests consolidate the 2 smaller lots created in Certificate 3526-21 with 2 residential lots in Summer Shade subdivision, creating 2 lots of 1.65 and 1.36 acres. Proposed land use is residential. 1 Decatur future land use, residential low density. 1 Decatur street typology, Red Sunset Drive Southwest is a local street. 4 conditions to be met: recording fees, signed sealed survey with 3 state plan coordinates, copy of deeds and signed request letter for all owners, approval of certificate 3526-21, and need to see right-of-way for all roads. Under point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. All right. Certificate 3528-21. It's 2.067 acres, currently zoned M1A. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Family Security Credit Union. It's located at 1852 Beltline Road Southwest. The requests consolidate 2 parcels of 1.059 and 1.015 acres into 1 parcel of 2.067 acres. Proposed land use, credit union. 1 Decatur future land use, major institutional/civic. 1 Decatur street typology, Beltline Road Southwest is a principal arterial. Carradale Street Southwest is a minor arterial. 4 conditions to be met: recording fees. We need a signed sealed survey with 3 state plan coordinates prior to recording. Need to see the right-of-way for all roads. And the 4th, 15-foot easement on the Beltline side property line where there is an electrical and water main. 2 points of information: any relocation utilities will be at owner's expense. And 2, completion of this certificate is conditioned for the approval of site plan 611-21. Okay. Up next is certificate 3529-21, 5.74 acres. It's currently zoned B2, B1, and R1. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for J.A. Parker Properties and Layton Realty. It's located at 3112, 3114, 3116, and 3124 Highway 31 South. The request is adjust lot lines between 3 lots of 1.39, 3.86, and 0.5 acres to create 2 lots of 3.04 and 2.07 acres. 1 Decatur future land use, rural edge/agricultural/flex employment center. 1 Decatur street typology, Highway 31 South is a principal arterial. There's 3 conditions to be met: signed property owner letter, signed sealed survey with 3 state plan coordinates prior to recording, and recording fees. 1 point of information: any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. The next one is certificate 3530-21. It's 0.49 acres, currently zoned R3. Applicant is Pewright McAnally for Scott and Beth Belcher. It's located at 4214 and 4216 Ruby Point Drive Southeast. The request is to consolidate 2 lots of 0.26 and 0.23 acres into 1 lot of 0.49 acres. Proposed land use is residential. 1 Decatur future land use, residential low density. 1 Decatur street typology, Ruby Point Drive Southeast and Jade Point Drive Southeast are local streets. Under conditions to be met, there's 3: signed property owner request letter, signed sealed survey with 3 state plane coordinates, and recording fees. Under points of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense, and currently there is a transformer that if it needs to be moved, it too will have to be at the owner's expense. Okay. Site plan 611-21, 2.13 acres. It's currently zoned M1A. The applicant is Pewright McAnally for Family Security Credit Union. It's located at northeast corner of Beltline Road Southwest and Carradale Street Southwest, 1852 Beltline Road Southwest. Request site plan approval for a new branch office, proposed land use credit union office, one Decatur future land use, major institution / civic. One Decatur street typology, Carradale Street Southwest is a minor arterial, Beltline Road Southwest is a principal arterial. There's 4 conditions to be met, with the 4th one having several components. The first is need a copy of the deed. Second, completion of certificate to consolidate 3528-21. Address should reflect 1852 Beltline Road Southwest. And the 4th one is complete a list per engineering approval, which consists of showing right-of-ways for all roads on drawing, that there is a stray point on the bottom left of the page, inlet protection needed for concrete flume, and the 4th in that punch list, need construction entrance detail because don't want the asphalt used as the entrance material. It won't knock the dirt off the trucks before they enter the roadway. The locations of the construction entrances are shown are fine. Point of information, any relocation utilities will be at the owner's expense. Okay. Redevelopment permit site plan 612-21. It's 0.16 acres. It's currently in an RD zone. Applicant is Pewright McAnally for the body shop. It's located at 917 3rd Avenue Southeast. The request is RD site plan review. Proposed land use commercial. One Decatur future land use, urban edge mixed use. One Decatur street typology, 3rd Avenue Southeast is a local street. 2 conditions to be met. Address for lot 14, block 48 is 915 3rd Avenue Southeast, correct address where necessary. And 2, show right-of-way on 3rd Avenue. 2 points of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense. And the second, to be aware of the body shop is currently on 2 parcels. All right, site plan 588-19. It's 25 acres, currently zoned M1. Applicant is Pewright McAnally for Graham and Company. It's located at 23366 Bibb Garrett Road. The request is a reapproval of a site plan conditionally approved in August 2019 with minor changes to the parking lot. Proposed land use, warehouse / distribution. One Decatur future land use, Flex Employment Center. One Decatur street typology, Bibb Garrett Road is a local connector. Under comments, this was conditionally approved in August of 2019, but conditions were never met. After a year of not having conditions met, approvals become inactive and require an update and reapproval from the Planning Commission. This is largely the same plan, but with updated parking. Under the conditions to be met, the original conditions from the original site plan must be met, and the original conditions show the dimension between the driveway and I-65 to the east. Darrell Skipper has amended the traffic study to reflect the needs of the new smaller development and recommends that the access point be approximately 850 feet from I-65. In the original request, the original site plan, provide elevations that show the architectural and building finishes agreed upon during rezoning processes. 3, complete list per engineering approval. Show radii at driveway entrance. And 2, conditions to be met from number 1 in packet is not shown on drawing. In addition, we'll need to make sure that the landscaping plans meet the original discussion for site plan 588-19. Under points of information, any relocation of utilities will be at owner's expense.
Is
Okay.
there anyone that wishes, from the public, that wishes to speak to any of these requests? Yes, ma'am, if you'll come forward. Okay, and you will get 3 minutes, please.
My name is Deborah Ford, and I live on Johnston Street. I would like to find out why it was never mentioned at the hearing where it was agreed to do the zoning redistricting for the McGee project, that the way, because you stated at that meeting that the sewage issues were no longer going to be a problem, that you had been able to assure Pure Nally that it was a non-entity. I would like to find out why, when it seemed like that exact day, the decision had been made that Decatur Utilities, instead of doing the previously distributed information that was in the newspaper, the Decatur Courier Journal, that the amount would be $6 a month for the long-term plan. It seems like the same exact day that that hearing was held, it was escalated to be $12 per month for every household in Decatur, then $6 additional the following year, then $4 additional the year after that, for a total of $22 a month on every residential utility bill in Decatur. Okay, first of all, that's a monumental amount of money. Second of all, I don't understand why nothing was ever mentioned as to how you were being able to assure them so happily that there would be no sewer issues with McGee. Another thing that I find just upsetting about it is that it doesn't seem like, although I would think that the historic districts pay a substantial amount of the taxes, property taxes, it doesn't seem like there's equal, it's like the whole impetus is always on, oh, well, we got to get more housing and because that'll give us growth. It doesn't seem like there's very much weight put on the fact that these are historical districts, that it seems like you want this chunk of land, well, let's just rezone it. And, I mean, it's very much a do as we say, not as we do thing. And it doesn't seem like we are getting any representation. I mean, isn't the whole thing, the whole city of Decatur, the entire city, not just this one? I mean, how can they just arbitrarily take a chunk of land, they say, well, we need this, so we're going to take it out of that. I mean, this is a nationally registered district, and yet it's arbitrarily being, you know, oh, well, we need it, we're going to take it, that's just the end of that. I find it...
Hey, ma'am, your 3 minutes are up, so I'll give you a few seconds to
Okay,
wrap up.
I just don't feel like we are getting representation. I just don't.
Okay. Thank you. Today, of course, the rezoning portion of this has already taken place. Today, we're dealing with the layout plat. And as far as the sewer thing that you're bringing up, that's a whole different thing for the sewer citywide. It's not anything for this development. Okay, anybody else have any comments? Yes, ma'am.
Tracy Lundy. I own the property at 603 Canal, which is right next to the property that's going in. And I just want to state that the information that was mailed to us is not the plot layout that was in your office. So I had to go to the office to look. I went there. I wanted to see what else was there, and they're two totally different layouts. So just for the record. So looking at the new one, the one that I'm assuming is the one in play, does show the dumpster, and it shows a little bit more, but on the original one that was mailed out to us, there were five townhouses in the middle, 4 on each end. And in the new one, it has 5 on the south side and 4 in the middle, well, 8 in the middle, and then 4 on the north side. And so I was thinking in that one of the original meetings that there was the alley on the side, the Bank Street side, was gonna be an entrance. And on the paper that we received in the mail, it shows curbs and it looks like an entrance into the parking lot. But on the new one, that's where the dumpster is sitting. So it looks like there's only one way in and one way out now. And I thought you could come in from either side. So that was one question I had. And I heard when you read off the information, you said something about the dumpster was sitting on something. So that's probably not where it's gonna be. And okay, and so I was just looking at it, and it seems like it's gonna be hard for a garbage truck to pull into that parking lot, and they're gonna have to back out completely, because I don't know how they're gonna turn around, because it looks really narrow. And then also, I can't really tell, and sorry, because I don't really know how to read plot plans, but so that it doesn't go all the way through from Walnut to Vine is how I'm looking at it. It only goes part way into one parking lot, and then you have to come into the other parking lot from Vine. Is that correct? Okay. And so I didn't understand that from the previous drawing that we saw. And so there's only going to be those 2 entrances. The what side of the street? The Bank Street side is not going to have an entrance into the parking lot. Is that correct? The Bank Street side off of Walnut?
Well, there's not a dedicated entrance.
Because there's an alley behind that gas station or that car wash.
Those parking lots do sort of
And
contact each other.
And on the property line, is it gonna be a curb where if you're in that Morgan County parking lot, you can enter that parking lot for the apartments or no? I mean, the
It is our
townhouses?
understanding that they will be able to do that.
To enter from there, it won't be a block
Right.
area, okay. Because when I was looking at it, I saw that behind the archives, they have the concrete barriers and stuff, and I know you can't drive through there and that's not gonna move, so. Okay, well, I was just wondering, I think it's probably gonna look fine. I don't mind that there's something going in there, it just still feels a little crowded, and I would like for there to be less of them, but that's really my only comment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And we do have a full-size drawing if you would like to look at it.
Yeah, I took a picture of it, that's
Okay,
what I had.
good. All right.
Thank you, but I just wanted you to know that what got mailed out to the residents was different.
Right, and let me also explain, this is what's called a layout plat. This is not final. This is their conceptual of what they're saying, that this is what they're proposing. It may change some, and they can change between this process and the next. And this is just for us to sort of get a look of what they intend to do. So there can be changes to it. Yes, ma'am.
Sherry Barrett, 310 Walnut Street. I'm still concerned with the density of the area, 18 townhouses in that area. When I stand on the street in front of my house and try to imagine 18 units going all the way across my property into the property behind me to Vine Street, it's amazing that there's going to be 18 townhouses plus parking spaces put into that small of an area. It's going to be extremely dense. Plus, it's taken away from the historical district. I don't care how you look at it. I've always been told that, the historic district was to be kept intact, because it's a national registry. We have to keep our houses historical. We have to get approval. And to add 18, if there's 2 drivers per unit, that's an increase of at least 36 vehicles, possibly more. I mean, there could be more than 2 drivers per townhouse. And let me backtrack. I'm at 310 Walnut Street. That house has been in my family for 52 years. Probably the oldest existence in one house of anybody in the neighborhood. I lived in it when we originally moved, my family moved into the house, and then I left home. After my mother passed away, I have moved back into the house, and I'm in the process. I've spent a lot of money on the house to restore it and keep it historic. And so now we're going to have these 18 units at the end of my street, which my street is a thoroughfare right off of 6th Avenue. So it really concerns me and it really upsets me that you're going to take away. It's a visitation point for a lot of people. Old Decatur attracts a lot of people into this town, and there's a lot of people that dearly love the neighborhood, and it's going to be, I feel like, marred by having 18 townhouses thrown into just the edge of it. But it's going to be enough that, you know, I mean, we take pride in our properties, street signs, trees, all of it. And now, yeah, I have no idea what these townhouses will look like on the outside. But things have happened in the past where people promise, oh, it's going to look historic, and it doesn't.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's nothing to hold them accountable if you give them permission to build.
Yes, ma'am. Your time is up, so I'll give you a couple more seconds if you want to wrap up.
No, I just, you know, I'm very, very disappointed with the city. I understand that the city needs housing, but there's plenty of places that you can add 18 townhouses without putting them on the edge of a historic district.
And let me restate that the city doesn't decide that, or choose to make the development. That's the property owner that brings it to the city. And this development has been approved by the Historic Preservation Commission to sort of stay in with the older homes in that area, even though most of it wasn't in the historical district to begin with. A small portion of it was, but most of it wasn't. Most of it was already in a B5 district, you know, with commercial. But we do understand your concerns.
It's considered part of it, even though it wasn't zoned that way, because Old Decatur and Main Street
Yes,
are
ma'am.
all considered part
Right.
of the historic district.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to make a comment? Yes, sir.
Blake McAnally with Purite McAnally, 310 8th Avenue Northeast. Two of the topics I'd like to speak to. First one, I'll just speak to McGee Square. There, in fact, there are two alleys on the Walnut Street side that will act as entrance and exits for this development. We understand the requirements for the dumpster to be addressed, and they're working that currently. And as you said, the HPC requirements have been met, and at this point, nothing has changed architecturally. We understand that we'll come back, should anything change architecturally, to the Historic Preservation Committee for approval through the design process if anything changes. The other one I wish to speak to is for Graham and Company. We understand the comments, understand what we're looking, to as far as being able to meet those obligations. Mr. Henry Graham, the developer and owner of the property, couldn't be here today, and he asked that I just share with you that they're excited to get this project going again. They do expect to come back to the city and begin some discussions with Decatur Utilities with respect to sewer extensions and water. But they have an RFI that is active and out there for an industry need that they expect to fulfill with this requirement. Don't know the full details yet, but it's going to bring a few more employees than what the initial development is going to do. So.
Okay. Very good, thank you. Is there anyone else from the public that would wish to speak? Do we have any emails?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm sorry, you had your opportunity.
I did realize that I had came up there.
Yes, ma'am. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to
Mr. Mayor,
approve.
make a motion for approval.
Okay, do I,
Second.
And Culpepper.
okay. So, motion by Mr. Pike, second by Mr. Culpepper. Any discussions or comments from anybody on the commission? Hey, please call the roll.
Commissioner Lawrence?
Yes.
Commissioner Borden?
Yes.
Commissioner Tate? Commissioner Pepper? Commissioner Wynn?
Yes.
Commissioner Temple? Commissioner Burrows?
Yes.
Commissioner Culpepper?
Yes.
Commissioner Pike?
Yes.
Okay, so the whole consent agenda has been approved. Now we will move into other business. These are items that go to the city council for final approval but do not require a public hearing. Today we will be hearing vacation request. This is to vacate public right-of-way or an easement, vacate of an easement. So if you, and
Okay.
I'll just go ahead, the first case that was on the agenda, 528-21, the owner is requesting that we table that to next month. A motion to table that request.
Motion to table.
I have a motion, do I have a second? Can I get a second? Okay, motion by Mr. Borden, second by Mr. Pike.
Can you close those doors back there for us?
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Lawrence?
Yes.
Commissioner Borden?
Yes.
Commissioner Tate? Commissioner Pepper? Commissioner Wynn?
Yes.
Commissioner Temple? Commissioner Burrows?
Yes.
Commissioner Culpepper?
Yes.
Commissioner Pike?
Yes.
Okay, so that request is tabled to next month. Now, if you'll go to the next one, please.
Okay. The last item is vacation 529-21. It's 0.03 acres. It's currently zoned R3. The applicant is P. Wright McAnally for Scott and Beth Belcher. It's located at 4214 and 4216 Ruby Point Road, Southeast. The request is vacate a 15-foot DUT easement between lots 7 and 8 of Crown Point Addition 4 to be consolidated in Certificate 3520-21. Proposed land use is residential. One Decatur future land use, residential low density. One Decatur street typology, Ruby Point Road Southeast is a local street. Under conditions to be met, there's only one, need signed declaration of vacation. Point of information, any relocation of utilities will be at the owner's expense.
Okay, do we have anyone from the public wish to speak to this vacation? Do we have a motion to recommend this to the council?
Motion for approval.
We have a motion, do I have a second? Okay, motion by Mr. Borden, second by Ms. Tate. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Lawrence?
Yes.
Commissioner Borden?
Yes.
Commissioner Tate?
Yes.
Commissioner Pepper? Commissioner Wynn?
Yes.
Commissioner Temple? Commissioner Burrows?
Yes.
Commissioner Culpepper?
Yes.
Commissioner Pike?
Yes.
Okay, that will be recommended to the council. Do we have any other business to be brought before the commission today? Anyone would like to bring up anything? If not, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for being here.